Welcome into the next part of the lesson Chess Training Plan for Rapid Improvement. Now we will analyze the most powerful training tool you should use in your training. I'm talking about playing and analyzing your games. You may either analyze the games of the other players, perhaps the world top players, or you may play and analyze your own games. Both ways are good. The critical point here is the analysis. Now, why is it so important? No matter how many games you play, most likely your style always remains to be the same. Therefore, if you just keep playing and if you do not allocate time to stop and to find a way to improve your game, to find the errors and to rectify them, you will always keep standing on the same place. That happens with those chess players, and there are a lot of them, who play thousands of the internet blitz games with no real progress at all. Now let me ask you this question. How many blitz games in the internet have you played so far in your whole life? How many of those games did you analyze? Remember, this is the most important part of your training, the most critical way to get chess progress. For most of the chess players, they either neglect this totally or just greatly underestimate the importance of analyzing of the chess games. Maybe you want to know exactly what and how you should do? Well, let me quickly show you one example. This is the game that I selected totally randomly from a database. Let's imagine that this is your game, just for example, and we want to analyze it. I'll make a few next moves so that you know what's gonna happen here. White played knight to e5, black replied bishop e7, white played f4, and after that there was a long game, but okay, now we're not going to analyze the whole game certainly, let's just analyze this particular position. What do you think about the move knight e5 following with the f4 that white realized here? Is it a good idea or a bad idea or just a normal move, one of the possible continuations? What do you think? If you have a chess coach, a personal chess coach, and you can analyze the games with him so that he can explain everything to you, this will be perfect. If not, well, it's not a real tragedy. Luckily these days we have computers, we have the engines that can show you evaluations of different positions. For example, in the given position you can see that the computer suggests either castling or knight b to d2, and it does not recommend the move knight to e5. So you may know that something is wrong with the move knight e5. Of course, the great drawback of the computer is that it does not really explain why one move is better than the other. In this position, the idea of playing knight e5 following with f4 is very good. It gives white greater control in the center, it gains some space in the center and on the king side, and later on it may help white to deliver an attack there. But the only problem is that it is untimely. Now it is simply too early. That's the only problem. Because in the opening, first of all you need to finalize the development. And there is a well-known rule that in the opening you should not move the same piece twice, which is white making by playing knight f3 and then playing knight e5. That's why in this particular position knight e5 is wrong. That's the example of how you should analyze the games. Once again, if you do not analyze the game thoroughly, with some assistance maybe, you will very likely go through this position without even noticing it, because nothing special happens here. That's why I say that it's so important to take this task very seriously. Then you will be able to find the ways to improve your game, and then your game will become stronger with your every experience. We just have seen how you should analyze your games. There are two ways actually. The one way is to engage a personal chess coach. This is the ideal way if you can afford it, and if you can find a good coach. Then he will guide you through your games, will show you your errors, will show you the ways to improve. That's the perfect stuff. If you cannot find a good coach, or if you cannot afford it because you will have to take private training all the time regularly, you may do that yourself. In this way, of course, the computer will help you a lot, the computer engines and their evaluations. The only drawback of the computer is that it does not explain you the reason behind the moves. And that's why I strongly recommend that you study the course The Grandmaster's Positional Understanding, if you have not studied it yet. Although this is a paid product, it's not my intention just to sell you something. I actually have a lot of products, and of course if you study them, it will simplify and hasten your progress a lot, but I do understand that you might be tight in budget, and that's why I always say that to my students, that if you are tight in budget, then at least study at least one course, because this is absolutely must-have. Without it, just you will spend years on futile efforts and making needless things and will not get any progress. So this is absolutely essential. Just use one of these two methods and everything is gonna be great. We have analyzed in this video the third and most critical way to improve your game. Now let's go to the summary, where we will compose the final structure of your training plan. Just go to the next video and we will summarize the whole thing.